Hey guys. Hey Iconic.
Hey, hey.
If I sound congested, guys, I'm sorry. I think I sneezed like, I don't know, about 50 times today.
I can't believe it's almost winter time.
Yeah, it's very close to snowing where I live. It's cold today. I need to figure out that Facebook group so that I can drop it so that people can invite other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a work in progress.
Hey Kaz. What's the latest over there in Australia? Anything good? Except for him going to the center talking about the updates on Cleo. The house is going to be burned down. And I can't find the walkthrough, Kaz, of the neighbor's house. Oh, I sound so congested.
Ooh, Kaz said she sent it.
Kaz, yeah, I got, that was like, I already think I had the video by that time out. There's some new articles. What are you doing over there, Kaz? She's probably still on a little bit of a hospital medicine.
Lucky.
Hmm. How you feeling, Kaz? You feel good? I think let's start with good old Heidi. Let's start with Heidi because that's kind of weird.
Definitely.
The new video out, and I don't understand. Like the video shows, so she was seen on this video an hour after she was reported missing. That's what I'm gathering. We'll wait a couple minutes. See if Kenny wants to come in. I know I'm sniffling, guys. I know.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, Kaz, I can never type. I understand typonies.
Is that from the visual?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, they had the visual, but that even like the video we watched. Hey, Julianne, it looks like the hair, even though it's a night video, I get that, but the hair looks like it's short, dark, and curly to me. But I'm sure they know if it's her or not. But there really is not a lot of talk on Heidi. It's kind of like there, but it's kind of not there. It kind of reminds me of the tension that Erica Lloyd got.
It's crazy because on YouTube I see her name all over the place, but if you search for anything, it's like there's nothing.
Well, there's really nothing new. I look every morning on her, but my mind is fascinated with the doll collector. I just like I think I'm checking Twitter in my sleep and I don't even know it. Like, I refuse to put Twitter on my phone. I'm not doing it.
You say that now.
No, I'm not doing it. Discord was hard enough. I even took Facebook off my phone. I just don't want to deal with it. I mean, I would probably be doing my client's hair and going to the bathroom like every 3 minutes checking Twitter. I can't have that distraction at work.
Priorities.
I have to stay strong. Okay, so what's going on with Heidi? 27 minutes ago in DTLA, downtown Los Angeles, hanging flyers. Help find Heidi. Let me follow Help Find Heidi.
Well, if her hair is darker and shorter, they should definitely put that out there because judging by the video, I would have thought that was an entirely different person.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at it because she does look like she has long blonde hair. And then we're going to have to re-look at the video when she's leaving her house that day with the to go to her son's soccer game. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to share the screen to this new one, but I'm just waiting a few more minutes. I'm actually afraid of Kenny coming in. I feel like I have to go hide in the bushes.
I know.
Ah. But while we're waiting, since I don't have it on my notes, let me look for the video of Heidi leaving her house that morning. We'll watch that one first. Strange. You know, she could have had it like maybe like in a messy bun or something. All right. Then we'll jump back in there and go through the Twitter and see if there's anything new. But I don't think anything is new except for the new flyers and her seen on video. But let's go back and look at the video when she left her house. Because this is what gets me, because her hair was like shoulder length.
And a lot lighter.
Now, we do know that it's dark time now. Well, not dark. I guess like 6:15. But that was before daylight savings, I think. Right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, Kaz, I totally agree. The new picture, her hair looks, maybe she's got naturally curly hair and she blows it and flats it out. We're going to look into that in a second, though, but it does look poofy. But the shape looks the same, like the body shape.
Trying to take like mental images of this so whenever we go over there, I'll know.
Now we're going to play this.
Dramatic.
39-year-old Heidi Planck disappeared 2 weeks ago. Security footage from October 17th shows her leaving her West Los Angeles home with her dog.
Yeah, she's got some, hey, Mystical. Yeah, she's got some flat hair in this picture. Flat hair.
Planck went to Downey to watch her 10-year-old son play football, but her ex-husband says she left the game early.
I mean, the dog looks the same. Let's watch it one more time.
This kid needs to get some help.
Imagine if I didn't tell anybody where I live. Like, that commercial totally just doxed me. Come on, you can do it.
39-year-old Heidi Planck disappeared 2 weeks ago. Security footage from October 17th shows her leaving her West Los Angeles home with her dog. Planck went to Downey to watch her 10-year-old son play football, but her ex-husband says she left the game early.
Hey, Elisa. I'll tell you what, the husband still rubs me the wrong way as far as the comments about the boyfriend. Hey, Linda. She looks thinner. Yeah, let's go look at the new one.
Linda, I'm thinking the same thing. We have a second phone missing. We have a woman who's terrified. Why? Who says it couldn't be another person posing as her?
So this is the new one. Yeah, don't you start, mister.
At 10 o'clock, also streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. Our top story, you're about to see new security video of a missing West Side mother recorded on the night that she mysteriously vanished.
Well, tonight, investigators hope the video will help them find out what happened to Heidi Planck. KCAL 9's Stacey Butler has a story you'll only see here on KCAL 9.
You're looking at never-before-seen security tape of Heidi Planck walking her dog downtown L.A. less than an hour after she left her son's football game in Downey. It's October 17th. She's walking into the alley behind the Hope and Flower building, where her dog was found wandering the 28th floor hours later.
Her dog didn't get downtown on her own, so this video has just kind of given us confirmation that hovering around that area these last 3 weeks has been the right place to be. Now we know for a fact she was down there. That's the first real evidence we have of that.
Until we obtained this video from a resident in downtown LA, police listed the 39-year-old West Side mom missing out of Downey. She was seen leaving her home in Palm Sunday afternoon on her way to her son's game. She left that game at halftime with her dog and was never seen again. Heidi's friends are hopeful this new lead, placing her downtown, could bring a break in the case.
Encourage somebody to come forward and tell us more about what she might have been doing in that area with a short span of time between the video and the dog being found. It just really seems like that may have been the last place somebody seen her.
But they can't help but wonder.
The thing that strikes me is that she doesn't have her purse. If you look closely, she has a mask in her right hand, and the dog is walking with her. He's wagging his tail. So I think the mask definitely suggests that she's going into a building or an intent to go into a building of some sort. If she was heading back to that building, how did she get back in? If it's such a secure building and she had nothing on her, how did she get back in?
While Heidi's friends fear the worst, they're not giving up hope. They say they plan to continue canvassing the downtown LA area with pictures of their missing friend. In Irvine, Stacey Butler, KCAL 9 News.
Okay, yeah, that definitely looked like her.
Yeah, you could see her hair was flat when she was walking on the side angle. So the dog was found an hour after that video, and she was nowhere to be found. Yeah, me too, Linda. It definitely looked like her. Hey, Patty. So what could have happened in an hour? And I bet you there's a lot of surveillance on that building. Let's go back in her Twitter page. There's really not a lot on her. It's sad. So I think it's her, though. The hair looked different in that one angle. But that side angle, it looked like her hair from the other video.
I mean, I wonder what the odds are that it's not the husband, it's not anybody she works with, but just something random.
Could be. But they're saying that they can't figure out the tie to that building. But then the dog, like the dog being found on the 26th floor is so weird. Just weird. But there's really nothing new on her. The husband hasn't said anything. The last thing was the boyfriend said that she was scared and she texted him that she was afraid of something. And that's it on poor Heidi. It's just a new surveillance camera. See, I agree with this lady. I am utterly baffled by the fact almost no one is paying much attention to the Heidi Planck missing persons case.
Kaz, they don't know how her dog got up there yet. Or at least we don't know.
Well, either the dog got in the building somehow, and they were even saying they don't know how she got back in the building because of how high the security was. So maybe the dog just walked in with somebody. Oh, it's pretty strange. And then got on the elevator and got off at the 26th floor with nobody wondering. Well, of course, until the lady. And they took the dog to figure out where the microchip phone number went to. And that went to the phone the ex husband had got his hands on. Because that's what they do with the ex husbands. You get the cell phone, you get the laptop, you get the keys to the house.
And even then, I wonder which phone he had. Was it the work phone or the personal phone?
I don't know, but you would think that the number to the dog in the microchip would be to the personal phone.
Right, but then why would she carry her work phone and leave the personal at home? The whole thing with the phone
That's
throws
the
me
part
into
that I
a,
don't like. That's
I
what
don't
makes
get
me
it.
think the husband's strange. And his comment about the boyfriend working in a rice field. Like, dude, that is not even cool. Like,
Which Patty, yeah, she did have a boyfriend, but he lived like 8 hours away. They've pretty much cleared him.
yeah, let's see. Well, yeah, her boyfriend works for Facebook. Let's see if we can. I'm sure there's a picture of him. Her boyfriend is a black man. He's like a VP for a big. What is
It's
it
a
like?
a Facebook charity organization.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Naeem, but I can't remember the last name.
Oh, I have his picture. Let me just open up my folder. But there's just nothing new on her. And the other thing, let's look at this real quick. This is the that I just saw. This is the other thing that makes it weird. How the husband went in to get the full custody of the kid so that he could get counseling. I don't know. That's weird to me? Like, why are you worried about getting custody of the kid? Why so he can't get counseling at all if you don't have full custody of him? Exactly. Why would you need full custody to do that? I agree. That to me is weird. Him having the personal cell phone, if that was the phone, is weird. And him saying that her boyfriend worked in the rice field to me is just like three little
Rude.
It is rude. Here's her boyfriend. It's just rude. I mean, why would you even put that in the article though at the very end? It's like that little jab, rice field.
You really didn't need to say that, man.
This is her boyfriend. Let me get back into comments. Right. Oh, let me see. I love snack cakes. I love snack cakes too. I love Hershey's with almonds. Yes, Kat, I set the meeting up to talk about the laws that we want to talk about to see if we can get them passed. And we have to send Kaz to the Australian headquarters to be our boots on the ground over there. And we need somebody in the UK. Oh, we got Matt. Hey, Matt. Yeah, you guys post everything in that Facebook. If you see someone post somebody's missing, let's just share it. That's my goal there. I don't care where they're from.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be someone we're talking about already.
Just if you see someone missing, I'm just gonna start posting it. I'm gonna start checking names daily and see what's going on. Runaways, I don't care. And the law thing that bothers me is the sexual predators, which I know this is going to be taken away. They don't like you talking about Cleo and the doll taker. Oh, they get so mad. So that's the boyfriend. Good looking guy. And he was a big CEO with a charity at Facebook. And he lived in San Francisco. So he was definitely not around Los Angeles. Hey, Shredder, when Heidi went missing, unless he like escaped down there, whatever. Left his phone at home. Who knows? I don't think the boyfriend's involved.
I do not either.
Who I do think might be involved. Of course, Jason is the obvious, right? Jason Sugarman, is that his name? Did I
Him
remember?
and his assistant, yes.
And the partner
And
who's in jail.
Galanis, yeah.
Galanis, yep. And he's got a shady brother. And they're
Not to
involved
mention the fact that they have so many high
sports teams.
connections. They can really network.
Exactly. But then you could make it so simple. And the husband can just, maybe Heidi, maybe she talked to him about personal things. It could go anywhere. In my book, the husband just creeps me out a little. Those stray things on him are like, weird. Especially going and saying about the rice field. And I'm not even going to try to find that article again. But I find that weird. He got custody of the kid to put him in therapy. And then the husband said, remember that famous little quote? She knows where the bones are buried.
Yeah, really weird wording.
She knows. What does that even mean? Like, how would the husband even know to say that? Obviously, she spoke to him. Maybe they did have a relationship like that. Maybe he still had a thing and wanted to be with her. Or maybe he didn't like the boyfriend. What are your guys' thoughts? Just like on the husband with those three things that he said, because we know Jason Sugarman is like, he's the one. He's bad. It's a $45 million Ponzi. Let's go ahead and try to put it off that she had something to do with it. And then maybe I'll get thrown out of court because she's not going to be found.
Was I dreaming this, or was he remarried?
Well, I know there's a picture back in 2012. Jason Sugarman?
The ex-husband.
I think he is remarried. Let's go back and look on the Facebook.
So that would kind of make some sort of jealousy or something kind of more null for me, because he's already moved on at least once and married. So why not go after the last ex-wife if they're not married anymore?
Well, because she has the kid.
But is that his only kid?
That he's probably paying child support to.
True.
With this article. But the obvious is obviously Jason Sugarman. But I'm not ruling out the hubby first. I don't know where that is. Hang on one sec. Oh, that was the search continues for Mid-City Mom. All right, that's Heidi. But let's look at the husband real quick. But we have to remember he was with the kid. But he could have left, right?
I mean, she did.
October 17th, and then reported missing 3 days later on the 20th. And then we know she was found downtown. Well, the dog was. An hour after she's seen on video. And when you see her walking on the second video, she's like looking back and up. You notice that?
Yeah, I was noticing she was looking up, but I didn't want to ask that and it'd be like, well, I mean, people look around. Yeah, but it did look like she was looking at something.
We're going to have to look at that again. She was almost like focused on a certain spot where she looks back and she looks up. Is this the text message? Ooh. Even this text message is a little strange to me.
Can you zoom in a little bit to it?
I have to open it in order to zoom in. So this is the 10-year-old texting his mom. I mean, I guess it could be a 10-year-old. Mom, new name and photo available. Heidi Planck update contact. Rushing and blocking, and the coach said when I was rushing, I was fast and got to the QB. I didn't pull his flag, but I scared him, and because he thought I was going to get him, he threw a bad pass, and we intercepted it. Can you please call me back? I've called you 2 days in a row, and you haven't picked up. Please call or just text me because I want to make sure you're okay and I'm worried about you. I don't know if that sounds like a 10-year-old. And can you tell my dad if you'll pick me up tomorrow or not? CA, please call me. Can you please call me? In with my dad. Tuesday 5:45, Wednesday 3:05. I don't know. I don't know. This daddy gives me the creeps. Does that sound like a 10-year-old?
There's a lot of typos that make me think it's possible. I mean, some kids are more mature, so
Well, the husband said that she was real edgy at the game and she kept like moving from bleacher to bleacher. And then at halftime she left. That was the 17th of October. Then on the 20th, when she was reported missing, they got a call. He got a call on her phone that night that the microchip in the dog led to the cell phone, right? And the
yeah.
husband just happened to be able to have that phone. I'm not ruling out the husband, right?
Okay, hold on. So, hold on. I'm piecing this together a little bit. So, the dog being called in for the microchip, that kind of helped tip him off to realize she was missing? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no. When she left the game, when she left the kids' soccer game, I guess the boy went to spend the weekend with the father. I don't know how
Hmm.
the dates went. I have to look at the date. Hang on. What day was October 17th? Let me see my calendar. Then a couple days go by and he goes to school. I'm thinking on Monday. Let me see what the 17th was. Well, the 17th was a Sunday. But then he goes to school and she doesn't show up to pick him up. So then when she didn't show up to pick up the boy, because he's talking about it in this text message, and can you tell my dad if you'll pick me up tomorrow or not? That was Tuesday, if you look at the text message. So on Wednesday is obviously the day that he went back. That what date was Wednesday? Sunday, Wednesday. 17th was Sunday. Monday's the 18th. Tuesday's the 19th. And Wednesday would be the 20th, the day that she was called in missing because she didn't pick up the kid from school. Later on that evening, the dog was found on the 26th floor. Some lady, I guess, brought him to the vet and they read the microchip and it went back to the phone that the husband got his hands on.
Okay. I was just making sure that he didn't have the phone before they realized she was missing.
Well, who knows when the phone? So that's how it went down. So those text messages are very far in between because I don't know. Something just the dad is just creepy to me. It just I can see little flags everywhere. I'm putting my money on the ex-husband at this point.
I don't know. I just feel like if she was afraid and that's who she was afraid of, would she have been so willing to let the kid over there and be like, here, even take a key with you just in case you and your dad need to get into my place? You know, if here's my phone and stuff, y'all can just come in and get it. I feel like she'd be more, you can meet with your dad, but maybe we'll meet in a neutral location. And maybe if we go to your games, I'll sit in a totally different location far away from him. And we just won't have a key. You can just, I'll pick you up and make sure you get in myself, you know?
Yeah, let's go back and watch the video again of her walking through the apartment complex. Because I don't know, I've watched it a few times, not like it's anything that you're gonna miss, but she definitely looks up to the right and she locks her eyes. It's not like she's just looking. Let me just pause it before it starts so that. And the text messages too. I mean, it could be a 10-year-old, I guess. It's just like, I'm with my dad. Well, who would you be with? I don't know. And I don't like the rice field comment. I think that's the part that bothers me. She could have been scared of her boss, and her husband could have took advantage of the chance to get rid of her. Who knows? But let's watch this again.
Also streaming on CBS in Los Angeles. Our top story, you're about to see new security video of a missing West Side mother recorded on the night that she mysteriously vanished.
Well, tonight, investigators hope the video will help them find out what happened to Heidi Planck. KCAL 9's Stacey Butler has a story you'll only see here on KCAL 9.
You're looking at never-before-seen security tape of Heidi Planck walking her dog downtown LA, less than an hour after she left her son's football game in Downey. It's October 17th. She's walking into the alley behind the Hope and Flower building, where her dog was found wandering the 28th floor hours later.
Her dog didn't get downtown on her own, so this video has just kind of given us confirmation that hovering around that area these last 3 weeks has been the right place to be. Now we know for a fact she was down there. That's the first real evidence we have of that.
Until we obtained this video from a resident in downtown LA, police listed the 39-year-old West Side mom missing out of Downey. She was seen leaving her home in Palm Sunday afternoon on her way to her son's game. She left that game at halftime with her dog and was never seen again. Heidi's friends are hopeful this new lead, placing her downtown, could bring a break in the case.
Encourage somebody to come forward and tell us more about what she might have been doing in that area with a short span of time between the video and the dog being found. It just really seems like that may have been the last place somebody seen her.
But they can't help but wonder.
The thing that strikes me is that she doesn't have her purse. If you look closely, she has a mask in her right hand, and the dog is walking with her. He's wagging his tail. So I think the mask definitely suggests that she's going into a building or an intent to go into a building of some sort. If she was heading back to that building, how did she get back in? If it's such a secure building and she had nothing on her, how did she get back in?
While Heidi's friends fear the worst, they're not giving up hope. They say they plan to continue canvassing the downtown LA area with pictures of their missing friend. In Irvine's
I think it's funny. The friends are concerned how she got back in. I'm like, how did the dog get in? There has to be that on video going into that building. They're probably just not sharing it.
I'm hoping that's the case.
There has to be security in that video. I mean, in that building. It's pretty fancy. And downtown Los Angeles, there's probably a lot of cameras, like, in a lot of different places. All right, let me do one more refresh on Heidi's Twitter page. And then we're going to jump into the doll collector. I'm obsessed. I might have to take a trip to Australia and go stay with Kaz. You know? Maybe she had extensions when she had the long.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But I definitely think that's her in the video. I definitely, I mean, she has to have a reason for going there, but you're not even talking about a big time span. This is an hour from the time that video is recorded from when the lady finds the dog on the 26th floor. That's it on Heidi, unfortunately. They all creep me out, but the husband has the little things that just keep me going, something weird about that man. The comments, the custody battle for the kid right away. I don't know. It's just weird. And he's picky because he's a hairdresser. I know how that is. So,
We need to write down the name of that building so we can find the address.
what is the name of that building? Let's go back and have a look one more time.
Shutter said she was out for a quick walk, which means she was stationed somewhere close by. Was that video anywhere near where the dog was found?
No, Shredder, she doesn't. How many miles away? Wait a second. How many miles was it? 15 from her house?
Well, I think what she's saying is because she doesn't have her phone or anything on her, and the way that she's just kind of, she looks like she's kind of calm while she's walking. Maybe she's visiting someone in that apartment or something, and so
That's what I'm thinking because there's no purse.
yeah. And she would have had to drive there, I would imagine. And the
Okay,
car's still missing.
Okay, so the dog was found on. Man, let's open up this article on 28th North South NS apartment floor in downtown Los Angeles, 12 miles from her home. No purse. And there has to be a phone somewhere. I mean, but listen, we're forgetting something too. The car is gone. Like the car is still missing.
I mean, is it possible she left the dog there and then went somewhere after that?
We're not leaving our dogs anywhere, girl.
I mean, I wouldn't leave my dog, but what if she thought whoever she was leaving it with, what if she thought it was safe there? What if they left together?
But why would she have to leave her dog?
I mean, it sounds like there was a lot going on in her life.
And it was a football game, not a soccer game. And she left at halftime. And they say that Heidi's pooch, 7, was taken care of by a couple who lived in an apartment in Los Angeles. Her dog was found in the high rise in Los Angeles later that day and was tracked for the microchip. The couple who lived in the apartment took care of the animals after losing contact with Heidi. So, friends and family said Heidi was not known to have anything to do with the building.
Wait, so the couple who was in the apartment took care of the animals after, hold on, go back up. The couple who lived in the apartment took care of the animal after losing contact with Heidi. After losing contact with Heidi.
Yeah,
does that mean they
right?
had contact?
Girl, I don't know.
I mean, that's a very interesting choice of words.
Maybe at the beginning somehow they contacted through the microchip number.
And what do they mean by took care of the animals? I only know about a dog.
It's probably a typo. Because that was all she had was the dog.
Yeah.
But 12 miles in a place where her friends and family have no idea what she's doing there. And the husband was at the soccer game. I mean, unless he paid someone. I mean, it's probably something to do with Jason Sugarman, but the husband's got a few little quirks that are off about him. So, that's the scoop on Heidi. Yep. She's gone, and one phone is supposedly gone. She supposedly had 2 phones.
And an entire car.
And an entire car. And what was it? A Land Rover?
Yeah, it wasn't very small. You would see it for sure.
Yeah, you would think it would probably have OnStar too, no? All right.
Starlink.
Anything else on Heidi, guys, you want to mention, or we're forgetting anything?
That's about all I know on that one.
Surely, castings, they can track her vehicle movements. If she had OnStar, they might be able to.
Well, cars have a lot of technology in them these days. They'll tell on you for anything.
Oh, I know. When the Barry Morphew thing came out, when he opened his door, he did this. I was like, oh my gosh, they're watching us from satellites. They know everything. All right. Cleo. Let's start with her little Twitter page. Or let's go ahead. Yeah, let's touch on that article too that I did the video on, how he was wanting information on Cleo. And people are still saying 2 hours ago, they should be waking up now, right? No evidence. Terence Kelly acted alone, so no evidence he didn't. Profiler Pat Brown discussed killers who say let out of prison who shouldn't have been let out. They mentioned Cleo. The police officers who swooped in to carry Cleo Smith to safety have said their final farewells to the little girl before leaving her hometown. What happened to the tour of the house, the neighbor's house? Now, this one's interesting. People are leaving town.
Kaz, have you heard anything about the house tour? She said it's midday there, so.
Yeah, Kenny said that on 7, they were going to go into the neighbor's house and show us how the layout was.
And I heard they took the crime tape down, so they better do it fast.
Right?
I get them kind of wanting to burn it, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little soon.
Yeah, but they seem to think that as soon as those police are gone, that they are coming out with the blowtorches. I mean, I kind of don't blame them.
That's
like
like
a little.
them excommunicating him from their existence.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at that door.
We don't want you. We don't want your house.
Nah, they're gonna burn it. I just hope somebody gets it on video. They boarded the house up.
Yeah, I read that, so that way people won't go in.
All right, girl, you want to take this little one right here?
Sounds good.
Let me see. Is there a video? We're gonna be lazy tonight.
I like lazy.
Well, I took a Benadryl, so if I start slurring, guys, I swear it's the Benadryl. My nose is like a constant.
A Bratz doll pulled straight from the shelves of Terence Kelly's room, and colouring instruments illustrating how he could have kept Cleo occupied. More clues that could help police piece together why little Cleo was
I have to go back to the family member real quick. What did she say? He would need help. What? What did she say? He would need help doing that?
I'm going to have to re-listen to.
Come on, you can.
He would have had
Damn, that was good.
someone there to. He would have. someone there to show him what to do and where to go and what all these things, you know.
Someone to
And
tell him what to do, where to go, and all these things, you know.
so obviously she didn't think that he was capable of pulling that off on his own.
Interesting.
What is Linda Smith not sure of? Linda Smith, I'm not sure of a lot of things. But that is interesting that he wouldn't know where to go. But people have seen him at the blowholes. He's been going to the tab place. I don't know what they gamble on, but and he goes to work. Let's go see what he's doing at the work. At this, what's it called? Smart something?
I don't know what his work is called.
And I'm sure there's a website on this website. Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, this has to stop. Ooh, my nose is so itchy. I feel like I have sandpaper up my nose.
Don't get sick. Get some elderberry.
No, it's just the change in the weather. All right, girl, you want this one? I think I'm getting ready to sneeze, so I don't think I could read this.
Yeah, just zoom in a little.
Come on, girl, you're younger than me. You can't see that?
No, it's small on my phone.
I'm only kidding.
A Carnarvon man has told police that accused kidnapper Terence Kelly asked for updates on Cleo Smith when speaking with coworkers at an Aboriginal training and job-seeking agency. The West Australian understands Mr. Kelly has received training this year at Real Futures, which helps Indigenous people obtain employment, and visited the office 4 times a week. Police have been told that Mr. Kelly was allegedly keen to talk about the case with staff while the little girl was missing. I mean, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I honestly think this is probably my favorite photo of him. I still don't see the man getting on the plane. I mean, I guess if you add a beard and his head down, I mean, I guess it definitely is him, but this picture creeps me out like no other.
18 days after she vanished from her tent at the Blowholes campsite, she was found by detectives locked inside a room at Mr. Kelly's house. It is alleged he abducted her and held her captive. Every day he went there, he wanted updates, the man told the West Australian. He wanted to hear what other people think about what happened to Cleo. Every morning he would ask them what they think about her being kidnapped.
Okay, that's strange. How do you not think that's strange when it's okay? Let's finish this. I mean, that to me is just weird.
I mean, if you're going 4 times a week and you're asking me 4 times a week, but then again, we were talking about it constantly, so.
Right? This is my favorite. This next part you're gonna read. I can just see the people saying this.
When they found out, they thought, fuck me. When the West Australian visited the Real Futures office, a woman at the front desk said she would not comment on hearsay. However, the man confirmed he told police of the claims. Locals have described Mr. Kelly as a loner, quiet, and someone who keeps to himself.
And that's it on that article. But let's jump back into the claims about real quick the neighbors. I love how they spell neighbor. All right, let me stop this video though because we don't want to listen to it again. But it's interesting. The family member says that he he would need someone. I still don't see how he got her out of the tent. That just really I'm mind boggled. I don't see it. If she wasn't taken out of a tent and maybe like I don't know. That whole tent thing. He doesn't seem like the type that would be able to creep into a tent like majestically and take out a 4-year-old without somebody waking up. My opinion. But he very well could have. He could have DID. He could have a couple people living inside of him. So this is about the neighbor. A man living next door to Cleo Smith's accused kidnapper has revealed why he will be leaving the West Australian town as soon as police evacuate, saying the house will be smashed. Cleo 4 vanished from her family's tent while camping at the Blowholes October 16th and rescued 18 days later from the Carnarvon dollhouse. Terence Kelly, 36, from Carnarvon, has been charged over the abduction, including one count of forcibly taking a child aged under 16. Kaz, why is it like under 16? Is that when you're an adult in Australia, 17 and 18? He is yet to enter a plea. He will remain in a maximum security prison in Perth until the next court appearance on December 6th. And we saw the prison, guys. I really don't think a man like him should be in a place like that.
No, he needs to be in a hospital.
But we haven't heard of him hurting himself lately. It's been like, what, 3 days now since he's been in hospital?
Well, I wonder if they have him sedated at this point. Like not sleeping or anything, but just on something to keep him calm.
So at 17, you're an adult, Kaz said, in Australia.
She said 16 is the age of consent.
Oh, okay. He will remain until December 6th as police continue to guard Mr. Kelly's house so forensic officers can gather evidence. His neighbor says he is planning to leave the area. I mean, I see him with the Bratz picture, but he's definitely put some weight on. Terence Kelly. And I don't think he's winking. I think this man he needs to be examined and dissected. So the man feared the house will be smashed in vigilante attacks. The house will be smashed, the unnamed man told Seven. A lot of people are disappointed and angry about what has happened. So there's a greater chance that once the police are gone, we expect something will happen. 100% sure they will come here and smash the house. The neighbor said he had been away for a week when little Cleo was found. Before friends rang to tell him the news, everyone was shocked. I find it hard to know that it was right next door to me. It took me a while to absorb it. I wonder if this is the guy that was going to let Seven into his house. Because didn't Kenny say that it was going to be the attaching?
Yeah.
I'm going to sneeze. I can't read any more of that right this second. Oh, yeah. So Kenny said it was going to be the house that was attached to Terence Kelly, but a mirror image. Maybe it will come out soon, like while we're talking about her.
Fingers crossed.
Right, let me see if I can read this without sneezing. So officers reveal they are still searching for the sleeping bag Cleo Smith was curled up in when she was allegedly snatched from a tent at the Blowholes campsite. I mean, that is so weird to me. Like sleeping bags are so slick. Like how do you grab a sleeping bag and a kid and the kid's not screaming? I don't know. That part just doesn't add up to me.
I feel like if he was working alone, we might have found the sleeping bag by now.
Well,
that's one thing for me.
That's interesting. Hey, Nita. Interesting you said that. I didn't really think about that, but even when you sleep in a sleeping bag, like they're slick.
Oh yeah, they're noisy.
And then to get back out at the tent, I mean, what are you gonna do? Just like reach your hand in and just pull her out by the foot in her sleeping bag, like, and she's not gonna scream? Just strange.
I mean, he also did pretty good for the side of the sleeping bag to not brush up against the side of the tent and make one of those, like, you can't even avoid the swoosh that would make.
Yeah.
If it had been me, it would have happened for sure.
Yep, they're still looking for it, checking the garbage. You would have thought that it would have been in the house, or it would have been found somewhere in the garbage that they
Or
checked.
in the car.
Forensic teams are examining other sites from the site in the Carnarvon home where the 4-year-old was found after 18 days. Sleeping bag was deemed a critical item during the search for Cleo, with police releasing an image that was splashed on missing person posters all over the country. And it's a full-size sleeping bag, too. So it would have been loose. Motorists traveling on the Northwest Coastal Highway have been urged to keep an eye out for the item as police conducted search through roadside bins. Officers waded through 50 cubic meters of rubbish recovered from bins from Manila to Geraldton, but the sleeping bag was not found. The item was also not at the home of Terence Kelly, who was behind bars for the alleged abduction of Cleo. Are you want to read that, please? I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze.
Mystery woman ruled out of Cleo case. Detectives investigating the alleged abduction have also ruled out reports of a mystery woman being involved, but refuse to say if they are looking for a second person of interest. Western Australian Deputy Commissioner Colonel Blanche remained tight-lipped on Wednesday, saying he did not want to compromise the ongoing investigation. Asked about reports that little Cleo claimed a woman had been brushing her hair and helping her for the time she was allegedly held captive by Terence Kelly for 18 days, Mr. Blanche said, "I can rule that out." Kenny, if you're here, do not scream at me, but I'm going to repeat this. He said he can rule out that there was anyone, contrary to what she's saying, brushing her hair. But he could not comment on speculation on a second person having maybe been involved. It's before the courts. The less I say about it, the better it is. The better it is to have a fair and transparent trial, he said. I understand you have to keep asking questions, but at the end of the day, I've got to do the right thing by the court process, and I'll make no further comment. On Wednesday, Mr. Blanche said detectives had not ruled out charging Kelly, who already faces one charge of child stealing with more offenses.
The way they word things, child stealing.
Yeah.
She is so cute. And I wasn't even thinking about it. And then as soon as I scrolled past Jake's little picture, I thought, Jake, did you owe a drug debt?
Pressed about whether further charges could be expected, Mr. Blanche said, "I would never say never. I suppose that's part of the investigation. That's not something I've been briefed on at the moment, but I'll never say never because there's a long way to go about piecing together what has happened." Later, he added, "It's a matter for the DPP and the courts now. We are really there as investigators getting all the evidence together. So as far as what that story will be, that will be for the court and not the police to air. Our theories," and I can't see that last part. "Air our theories in public at this point. Kelly is being held in a Perth maximum security prison ahead of his next court appearance next month. Cleo was reunited with her family almost 3 weeks after vanishing on a camping trip to the Quabbah Blowholes on the 16th.
All right, girl, don't worry yourself
Thank you.
out. We know all that. We just need the new stuff. Yeah, we love my elderly cat's accent.
Very much.
Jessica, I agree with you. Like 1,000 and a million% to the moon and back. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. Because Cleo, you can't Oh, you're laughing. I am convinced that he was dressing up as his grandmother. Like, what is so wrong with that? It's not like I'm completely digging like out of the bag. It's so possible. And that's what I believe he was doing. But the question is, do we have a child being passed off to a doll collector with two worlds colliding? Like, is it even that possible to have? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's like a movie. That's like you can't make it like. And then you have Jake. Let's just say that playing devil's advocate, and that's what Jake did. He owed a debt. He passed off Cleo. Kaz knows that everyone gives a big reward for the money in Australia for missing kids. Let her play with the dolls, blah, blah, blah. But then he realized after the fact that he passed her to a doll collector. What are the odds? I'm going to probably say 80% nah and 20% maybe.
Unless there's two doll collectors.
What do you mean two doll
I
collectors?
mean, if he had help, then maybe the other guy was a doll collector. I keep seeing a lot of
Why
people
does it
saying
have?
that in the
Why
comments.
does it have to be a guy? What? Oh my
Well,
god!
I don't know, but they're ruling out the woman thing, so
Now, do you think they're ruling out the woman thing as far as brushing her hair and changing her and stuff, or are they ruling and but they're not ruling out a woman as far as helping him get her?
that's an excellent question. All I
Hi.
know is Cleo was very, the first thing that she had to say that we know about is that there was a woman there brushing her hair, which means that, okay, I asked my child today when she came home from a trip, what did you do while you were gone? The first thing she said was she watched the news. Okay, that's a little weird, but it wasn't that her hair was being brushed or that she had a bath or any of these things. That's something she did a lot with her grandparents, watch the news. So she must have been having her hair brushed a lot. I think she was telling the truth that she thought a woman was doing these things. So now that they've ruled that out, we know for sure, or at least it feels like for sure, that he was at least, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but cross-dressing. So I don't know that there was a woman at all.
Nah, there's no
At that
woman.
point, wouldn't he just have the woman go in and do it? I don't know.
I think if there was a woman inside that house with them, they would have known by now something. I think they know that there was no woman because he had a camera in that room to watch Cleo when he was gone. And I'm not saying he was watching her in a weird way. The dude was going to a center 4
Mhm.
times a week. So he bought Pampers for a reason because was she locked in there and she couldn't use the bathroom? And he put a diaper on her. That is like so creepy. This poor little baby. Thank God she's only 4.
Schroeder asked if we've heard anything about the women he was in the car with when they caught him.
They were family members. And if we go back to the Twitter page, the 2 women were not charged with anything. They would have been something by now if they were involved. Believe me, I want there to be a woman involved. Like, I'm not okay with the man coming out and trying to be like Norman Bates. Like, I'm seriously not okay with it. But I think that is the case. And I think he had a camera in that room and they see it on that phone. Part of it, some of it. Let's look at the picture again. And then I'm going to look for that video on 7 that I've been looking for 12 hours. The bedroom with the little door behind the bookshelf.
I mean, could it be a window?
That's not a window. You can
I
see
think it's too
you
wide,
can see the frame going all
all
the
the
way
way
down.
down.
Yep. And you can see the hinge on this side too. Oh, that's a door.
I'm just waiting for Kenny to start screaming at me is all.
But a door to what? Probably a closet or a bathroom.
I think a
Hey,
closet.
Mama Lisa. Oh, she's got it. She puts it in the Facebook group. Kaz, I don't think I can open Facebook right now. That thing is so laggy. One sec.
That is, how much do you think that doll collection is worth? Like that looks like a lot of money on dolls.
I think it's a lot of money, and I don't think it's an overnight collection.
She said it's on Channel 9 Perth News.
What, on Facebook? Hang on, I'm going there. Perth
Um,
News. I used to have a friend that lived in Perth. And I think we used to talk on Skype all the time. Oh, thank you, Mama Lisa. All right, I'm looking for it. One sec.
Yesterday's today, the Bratz doll was Chloe, but it was spelled Cloe, whereas Cleo's was Cleo. So I think a lot of people are piecing the doll and Cleo together. And it's crazy because Mars actually found people trying to sell their Chloe dolls. And the prices, I guess it's just crazy right now.
How
People
strange.
bidding on that doll.
It's just weird. And then when we talked about Michael's story, yeah.
It's in your Discord.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might have to actually connect to the router. Oh. Let me try it. I don't want to come to Australia. I'm tired and my nose is itchy. I don't know. This guy's a fruit ball. It's honestly something I've never seen in my life. All right, opening up Facebook. I'm going to share the screen in a second. Let me let it load. Oh, come on.
Kaz said she can stream it if you need her to.
Oh, I got it. If Kaz wants to come up and talk about the day, she can. I love her accent.
I can
It's
drop a
almost
link.
like, yeah, it's almost like when we're talking about the Australian and she's up here with her accent. Like I almost feel like I'm sitting on a beach, like in Sydney somewhere. Oh, I've got it, Kaz.
Yeah, we're kind of curious what Grandma was like too. I think we're both thinking she probably brushed his hair a lot, and I don't remember who it was in here last night. I think Vanilla saying that she called him Princess, and even the people in the neighborhood would call him Princess as well because he was spoiled, and it was just kind of like almost an endearing nickname almost.
I saw the picture of Grandma, and I'm promising you guys, I'm going to go through the videos tomorrow and I'm going to find it. It's on one of the lives that we did, and it's like 3 seconds. And she looks like a very old, and I'm not being mean, but she looked like she was 100 years old, a Native American woman, indigenous. It was on a video. We saw her, but remember, they took that video down, so we couldn't watch it again. And I've been looking for it, but we've been talking about Cleo so much that, oh, that's the question. Did Grandma start the doll collection? That's a, even Iconic was saying that maybe the doll collection was, started with Grandma.
Yeah, like the porcelain dolls and things like that. I mean, we only saw one room in an entire house. There could be other types of collections. He just
I
had
agree.
a preference for the brats.
All right, guys, I'm gonna play this and mic down, and I'm going to use the little girl's room. So if it's over before I get back, you ladies, please hold down the party.
Always.
We're about to give you an eerie insight into the Carnarvon
Hang
property
on
where
a
Cleo
second.
Smith was.
Are you guys ready? So we need to figure out if we can see. I'm almost like scared. It feels like I'm entering a haunted house. Like I honestly feel like that. Like this is scary. Oh gosh, close the door. I don't want to go in.
At least it's not his actual house, right?
Makes me
Brace
cringe.
yourself.
Okay, let's try to see. My dibs are on Grammy starting this. Yeah, I'm gonna find Grandma in my video. I'll focus tomorrow when I get out of work. But we need to try to see if we can figure out what that door is in that bedroom. Okay.
We're about to give you an eerie insight into the Carnarvon property where Cleo Smith was allegedly held captive. The duplex next door is a mirror image, and the neighbour living there never suspected a thing.
Inside the neighbouring duplex under the same roof with the same layout. This two-bedroom, one-bathroom unit is a mirror image of Terence Kelly's home. It's where the 36-year-old is accused of keeping Cleo Smith after allegedly snatching the 4-year-old from her family's tent at a Carnarvon campsite. Tavaki Vaitaki has shared a wall with Terence Kelly for 2 years. Their kitchen and lounge room separated by thin, flimsy timber that's far from soundproof. Despite being just metres away from WA's Little Girl Lost, he never suspected a thing.
He was the normal person that I knew. I wouldn't ask for a better neighbor.
The room's a haunting memory of where she was rescued by police playing with toys last Wednesday morning.
My name is Cleo.
Your name is Cleo. Hello, Cleo.
The accused kidnapper's neighbour so sickened on top of growing fears of vigilante backlash, he's moving out. Do you feel safe here now?
No. I don't think that I can go to sleep if I stay here.
Terence Kelly's Tonkin Crescent home has been under police guard for 9 days. Today, the final sweep. Is there growing fears tonight that vigilantes will target this home? Before a parting message of thanks.
To the community and the business community, they've really supported the whole team whilst we've been up here. So from me and on behalf of the team, thank you very much.
As the crime scene tape is cut down, the dark chapter in Carnarvon's history lives on. With growing fears tonight, the accused kidnapper's home will be targeted by vigilantes. Carnarvon police will remain on high alert for any violence on the streets. But as authorities no longer look to Terence Kelly's house for answers, neighbours still have plenty of questions.
Oh, Terry, why you didn't talk to me?
And Sarisha Bradley, the lead detective, is set to leave Carnarvon tonight.
Michael, with nothing more to be found at Terence Kelly's home, the police investigation will move south to Perth. Detective Senior Sergeant Cameron Blaine was due to fly out tonight, but after boarding, a technical glitch with the plane grounded him along with his team until another plane can be arranged. He'll join lead investigator Rod Wild and others to begin the mammoth task of piecing together the web of evidence. But for now, Michael, Carnarvon just wants to move on, and so too little Cleo and her family.
Sarisha, thank you.
We're gonna have to watch that again. The walkthrough.
I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, I kind of saw the door. I think it's a closet because they said it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, correct?
That's what they said.
And it's a duplex, so the bathroom is probably not in a bedroom. Is what I'm thinking. Because I've been in duplexes before, and 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's like kind of like between the 2 bedrooms, maybe. I'm gonna have to look again. Let's slow it down.
Maybe it was Grandma's old room and he didn't need the closet.
Oh, stop. Kaz, you think he was dressing up in grandma's clothes? Oh, we got two Kaz. You there? Yeah, let's go back again. When he does that little spin around on the room, oh, that is just gives me the creeps.
Cleo Smith was allegedly held captive. The duplex next door is a mirror image, and the neighbour living there never suspected a thing.
Inside the neighbouring duplex under the same roof with the same layout. This two-bedroom, one-bathroom unit is a
Can't slow
mirror
the one
image
down.
of Terence Kelly's home. It's where the 36-year-old is accused of keeping Cleo Smith after allegedly snatching the 4-year-old from her family's tent at a Carnarvon campsite. Tavaki Vaitaki has shared a wall with Terence Kelly for 2 years. Their kitchen and lounge room separated by thin, flimsy timber that's far from soundproof, despite being
Okay. So here's the layout.
The bedrooms are on the opposite ends, correct?
No, this is two people's. This is the whole entire duplex. So you've got the kitchen and the living room, then you've got the door going into the two bedrooms, and then you got the bathroom in the middle. I think that's the duplex with his side and the other side. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The lounge room and the kitchen wall back up to each other. Now they're not showing you where the front door is, and they're not showing you a closet or a door inside. It's just a basic outline to it.
just metres away from WA's little girl lost, he never suspected a thing.
He was the normal person that I knew. I wouldn't ask for a better neighbor.
The room's a haunting memory of where she was rescued by police.
Hang on. Okay. There's the door. Yeah, but that's not the door where the bookshelf is on, because that door with the bookshelf is on, it's got some extra room on the side of it. It's not tight against the wall. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
But wait a second, let me open it up. Yeah, because there's the bookshelf, then it's the door. Which, wait a second, it could be. Actually, it could be. Nope, it's the bookshelf and then the door. So that's the door probably to get into the main room. All right, let's see if we can see another door, not by a curtain.
By police.
That place is already empty. That guy is like, I am out of here.
Well, if he's sharing a roof and they're going to burn it down, that's his house too.
Exactly.
My elderly cats wants to know what Cleo was found wearing. I want to say it was some sort of pajamas, and they mentioned that they were freshly washed, but it wasn't the pink ones that she went missing in.
Now, we don't know if Ellie changed her. They never mentioned the pink. They never mentioned the pink jumper, did they?
No, but whenever she was found, that picture of her coming out of the house, her little arms were bare. And then in the hospital bed, she was wearing a tank top. So I asked Mar, like, could that be the same outfit, or do you think they changed her? We're not sure. 100%.
I probably think it was the outfit that they took her out of, because in this video that we're watching right now, her arms are bare.
Playing with toys.
And it even has, let's
a little bit purple,
again.
yes.
You can see the purple strap. I was just going to
Yeah,
say
I'm
that.
pretty sure that's the same outfit.
Toys.
But wasn't she wearing a onesie?
When she went missing, she was wearing a onesie, but when she was in the hospital bed after she was found, she was wearing a frozen tank top.
All right, I'm going to open up the hospital picture real quick, because right there you see the purple strap, and I'm convinced that it's a purple strap in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yep,
but
it
I'm
sure
saying
is.
But they've changed her, Ma.
Oh, they changed her 18 days worth of changing and brushing this little girl's hair. I'm surprised she still has hair on her poor little head.
So they had to go out and shop for clothes for her.
Did
Well,
they?
that's why I was talking to Mar about it, because it struck me as odd. She came out, you could see her arms bare, and then whenever I was looking at her pictures, because I have her as my background on my phone, I was thinking, well, she's such a light. She's a miracle. So I was just thinking, like, okay, is that what she was wearing? Because, like you said, that would mean not only did they buy diapers for her, they had clothes, they had toys, they had, like, they were prepared for a child. So they had to have known. And I'd asked this, I think, last night. Did he buy the diapers before he got her or after? Because how did he know what size he needed? And that would go for clothing as well.
No. The neighbor said that he was seen buying the nappies the time that Cleo would have been in the house.
Yeah.
And Ma, did you notice on that floor plan, your doorway, it opened into the kitchen?
Yeah, we're gonna finish watching this because they do show that other room. Let's go back and see what we can see. Yeah, that's definitely a purple strap like the hospital. So I'm going with that's what she came to the hospital in.
Last Wednesday morning.
My name is Cleo.
Oh my
The
gosh.
accused kidnapper's neighbour so thickened on top of growing fears of vigilante backlash, he's moving out. Do you feel safe here now?
No, I don't think that I can go to sleep if I stay here.
The present home has been under police guard for 9 days. Today, the final sweep. Is there growing fears tonight that vigilantes will target this home? Before a parting message of thanks.
To the community and the business community, they've really supported the whole team whilst we've been up here. So from me and on behalf of the team, thank you very much.
As the crime scene tape is cut down, the dark chapter in Carnarvon's history lives on. With growing fears tonight, the accused kidnapper's home will be targeted by vigilantes. Carnarvon police will remain on high alert for any violence on the streets. But as authorities no longer look to Terence Kelly's house for answers, neighbours still have plenty of questions.
Oh, Terry, why you didn't talk to me?
And Sarisha Bradley, the lead detective, is set to leave Carnarvon tonight.
Complex under the same roof with the same layout. This 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit
I don't know. I mean, they're kind of going into the door. Is that the door on the back wall?
It almost looks like a double door.
Let me look at that picture again.
But I don't even see the outer openings of the door. I only feel like I see handles, unless that's an outlet of some kind.
Yeah, see, there's a gap between that bookshelf and that door. I'll show you guys. That's definitely not the area. Maybe this is the grandma's room on the other side.
is a mirror image of Terence Kelly's home. It's where the 36-year-old is accused.
Yeah, those did look like double doors, didn't they?
It's where the 36-year-old is accused.
Yep. Double doors. All right, let's see.
Accused of keeping Cleo Smith after allegedly snatching the 4-year-old from her family's tent at a Carnarvon campsite. Tavaki Vaitaki has shared a wall with Terence Kelly for 2 years. Their kitchen and lounge room separated by thin, flimsy timber that's far from soundproof. Despite being just metres away from WA's little girl lost, he never suspected a thing.
He was.
The room's a haunting memory of where she was rescued by police.
Yeah, that seems like a double door. Anyways, they're comparing the doll room to that room, so I don't know. Could be a different wall. I don't see the window either, where the dolls are. Creepy. Kaz.
Yes, darling.
Do you think he is wearing his grandmother's clothes? I'm just curious what you think about.
I do. I do believe that he does cross-dress in his grandmother's clothes, and Chloe may have got confused that it was a woman that was coming in. And like you said, he could have had a mask on. It doesn't have to be one of those hospital masks. There's so many different masks out there, since COVID came out.
You're right. It could have been like a scarf.
Could have been like a genie mask.
Exactly. He could have been dressed up like a Bratz doll with a little genie mask on. I wish we knew. Maybe we'll know one day. Like maybe, so Kaz, like when they're the fingerprints, so now they must have gotten the fingerprints after waiting 3 days with that gas mask fumigating thing that Kenny seems to think that's so normal.
Well, I sent you that video about that.
Yeah, we saw the video, but I'm saying, how long does it take for them usually to find like they sprayed the whole entire house and took out the carpets.
Yeah, they actually named the chemical that they used to get the latex prints off, and they needed it to sit in the house for it to attach itself to whatever it was, and then they came in and took any fingerprints that they needed. So that's why they had to leave it in there so long.
But you don't think it's creepy that you spray the whole entire house? That to me sounds like they're looking for maybe little fingerprints.
Everything and anything.
But is that normal in Australia?
No.
To fumigate the house like that and walk out?
I've never heard of it in all the years that I've been following true crime or crime.
I've never heard of that. I've heard of fingerprint. I've heard of the super glue, the fumigating, the print, the powder, but I've never heard of using a gas mask and spraying down a place and leaving for 3 days and coming back to find fingerprints.
No,
I've never. Scary.
Yeah, I actually looked into that yesterday afternoon, and I couldn't find another instance that's been reported that they've done that anywhere in Australia before, even for high-level gory murders.
Exactly. I have never heard of it.
I mean, is this a unique case? Yeah. But I don't know if you saw my post before. I actually saw, it was a written interview, and I'm going to have to find it again. There was a guy that came and did an interview that condoned TK for having this huge doll collection. He said there is absolutely nothing wrong with a man having such a wide range of dolls. I went, what the?
Let me show you another thing on Twitter on Cleo's page that really freaked me out earlier today. I thought, what is going on? What was that article called, Kaz? I want to make sure it was not the same one with the fingerprint thing that we were talking about last night.
No, it wasn't the same thing. It was an actual, I'm just trying to remember where I saw it. Was it on Twitter? Was it on Instagram? I can't remember. Hey, I'm old. I can't remember.
Please. So let me ask you, how do you think Cleo got out of the tent?
There's two scenarios running through my head. The first one is, like I said the other day, he opened the tent, saw this it's a really good sleeping bag. Those sleeping bags cost money. Any dollar that some petty thieves can get is a big thing. I mean, she wouldn't have been in the bottom section of the sleeping bag naturally. So I thought maybe he's pulled on, very gently slid the sleeping bag out, realized there's a child in it, and thought, what do I do? And then spur of a moment go, okay, he could have flipped up the bottom half of that sleeping bag to cover her mouth, to get her out of the tent, to keep her quiet.
I don't agree with that. I think that he knew what he was taking. I don't think that he was going to steal a sleeping bag at 3:45, 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, because she's easily 45, 50 pounds. So, I mean, you would have known something was in the bag.
I'm not saying it's the exact truth, but it was just a scenario running through my head. I mean, the
No,
only
he
other
knew.
alternative, there's two other alternatives then, Ma. One, he definitely knew that Chloe was in that tent where she was, and he knew he was going to get her. Or B, somebody handed that child to him.
Yeah, I definitely know that the deal was either somebody handed the child off. I do not see him
Hey,
creeping into a tent and pulling out a sleeping bag without a child waking up. They're so slick, those sleeping bags. I mean, you would pull it and she could have fallen out. Unless you're hanging on to her, but how does she not wake up? And why are the kids in the front?
They're on the side, Ma, not the front.
But isn't it two zippers?
Yeah, you've got the front entrance that led you into a little small porch, and it is small. It'd be a maximum a meter width, and then you've got a permanent divider down the middle, and then you've got another zip opening that's got mosquito screen, fly screen over it. That's where the parents were. Then on the other side, where Isla and Chloe was, is the other section that can be either unzipped or zipped. We don't know if Ellie re-zipped that compartment. All we know is that the front compartment was zipped up.
Yeah, so the guy went in the door and crept about 4 feet or so and then grabbed the child and crept back out. It's just weird. Thank you, Mama Lisa. Hey, Kenny. It's just weird. He doesn't seem like the ninja type to me, but maybe he's got a personality that has ninja moves.
Sorry, I nearly choked myself there.
He could.
He could, but I don't. I mean, Aboriginal men are very good at dancing, so because they learn that from an early age. Ninja moves? No, but they are nimble. Even the big fellas, as they call them.
I hear you. I'm not seeing any more updates regarding Jake on being used with drugs. The newest update now is the neighbor. And are those all the updates on Miss Cleo? And the
That's
dog
all I
collector?
could find, Swillo.
That's all I could find too. But let me look at one more thing. Let's look at the fingerprint situation that was going on.
well, hold on. Linda Smith. I think his Michael Jackson doll collector friend is the abduction helper / cross-dresser.
Wait.
Tell us more.
Who's the Mike? So wait, you don't think that you think they're two different people in the pictures?
I think that's what she's trying to say.
Mama.
Oh, okay.
I can see him in that man, but it just looks like he kind of let himself go.
I know that feeling.
Oh, stop.
Shut up, Karen.
He just looks frumpy to me. That's it, though. There's nothing. I don't hear anything about Jake today and being arrested and drugs. But it is weird about the updates he wanted.
Yeah, that was really bizarre, Ma, for him to keep asking, as though he wasn't watching the news, but he needed to know what they knew.
Look at this guy's comment. I absolutely agree with this person 1000%. I'm not condoning or supporting or defending her illegal abduction, but why is it that the more we find out about Cleo Smith's alleged abductor, the sadder I feel? I agree. I feel the same way, buddy. Wonder what he fed her. Maybe some of Grandma's recipes. That's the freakiest part. The fact that I can just like almost see him coming back like in a muumuu and maybe his hair in a little ponytail, a mask on. That poor child.
Yes, Kenny, we did see the layout. I think like 5 minutes before you got here.
We just watched it and we paused it and we watched it and we paused it. But he's going to that. What's the name of that place where he goes 2 times a week again?
The job search. I can't remember what it's called.
I'm gonna tell you in
Future
1
something.
second. Oh, hang on 1 second. I want to see what that place looks like. Real Futures.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't think this man should be in a prison like that. I think he should be in Oh, look at this, the Carnivan Real Future page. I wonder how long it would take me to get there. I'm only kidding. Okay, so here's Real Futures. They help employees. So it's like a place where they go so they can teach them how to employment development specialists, how to get it and hold down a job, right? We have
Yeah.
a deep passion for real change, creating real futures and empowerment for Aboriginal people through employment. We achieve this by dovetailing the needs of first Australians with employers to create sustainable outcomes. Okay.
That's where
So, I
he
mean,
did his construction course through.
okay. Disability Employment Services. Interesting. So he was going somewhere every day.
Well, it said 4 times a week, I think.
Yeah, 4 times a week. That's why he had a camera in that room to watch Cleo. If they ever found that footage, as would they release it? If they ever got pictures, like if they have pictures, like will they ever show us inside of that house?
No, not until his court case comes up, because the information could affect a fair trial.
No, okay. So I'm saying like during and after everything in the future, will they release that stuff in Australia?
There's a possibility they will, but not a certainty. It all depends if they live stream the court case or not.
Ah. Well, if that's the case, we're all meeting in Discord with Kaz putting her phone on her TV.
Not a problem. I've got a 70-inch TV, so it'll be good.
Oh, yeah, we're all going to be sitting in your living room with you, Kaz, watching this. And we're going to be up
Fine.
like at 4 o'clock in the morning, probably.
Okay, I'll get the champers and orange juice ready and hors d'oeuvres. How's that?
Yep, get ready. We'll all make our popcorn. We're heading to Australia. But I think that's all the updates. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to go sneeze and get ready for work tomorrow.
Sleep well and try not to sneeze. God, my mouth's not working again. I need a mouth transplant, just like.
No.
I think you've had enough dealt
Oh.
with this week.
I wonder if it smelled terrible in there or how clean it was or dirty. I would love to see the pictures of them spraying that chemical. So, I mean, imagine that whole place was probably just like covered in dust.
And because they've done that, Ma, they're going to, before any other family or person can go in there now, because of that residue, they're going to have to strip back all the what you call drywall, we call gyprock, and reline that whole place because of that.
They're not even going to have to worry about that. That place is going to be burned to the ground.
I have a feeling after all those chemicals, it won't take much.
Right? But then they said they were
Especially,
bringing the investigation back to Perth. So they probably
yes.
got everything they need. They got the fingerprints, they got the carpet.
Well, his first court dates is it the 3rd of December, iconic, or the 2nd?
I think it's the 6th.
Oh, the 6th. Oh, it was only a couple of days off.
I think it's the 6th of December.
You need,
Probably smell like strawberry shortcake dolls and rubber. Oh no.
oh, yeah.
It caught me off guard a little bit.
Oh, my gosh.
He hasn't even put a plea in yet.
And that's what the December.
Oh no, I'm looking like the recent articles too. They're talking about him. Maybe they have him sedated so he doesn't hurt himself. Because
That's
he's
what
Well,
I'm
not.
thinking.
well, he'll be in solitary under suicide
Oh,
watch.
Shredder. It probably did smell like the dolls when you take them out of the box.
Oh,
But you have
Shredder,
to
you got
wonder.
my head going places where it shouldn't be
You
going.
have to
Stop it.
wonder if maybe Grandma did start him on the dolls because that's a serious collection.
I agree with you, Ma.
Yeah,
I
I would
think,
pay money to see pictures inside of that duplex. I bet you it was clean though. It seems like he would probably have it together. Like he's strange. He is a strange being. There's nothing that's normal about him, and it's weird because it's not even like you don't look at him and think of like a Ted Bundy, or you just think, man, he is. Do you blame his grandma, or is he just wired like that? Because he is strange.
well, it all depends on how his grandmother brought him up. I mean, she called him a little princess. I
Yes,
mean,
with the beautiful black curly hair.
exactly. Well, Miss
And
Ma,
how
I think it.
nobody wanted him. But yeah, it was pretty weird with the grandma's whole entire short little thing that she says. Like, yeah, it's starting to look like grandma babied him to the point of when she died. I think he brought grandma back like Norman Bates brings his mom back. I'm sticking to it. That's what I honestly think. Anyways, guys, and I believe a camera was in that room.
I do too.
Yeah, me
And
3.
not, yeah, and not to be, I'm not saying he was a pervert at all with the camera. I'm saying he had going to that place 4 times a week. He had to be able to make sure that she was okay.
Yeah, he had to keep her occupied because that neighbour said those walls weren't very thick. So don't laugh.
Look at what Mama Lisa said.
What I
Oh,
missed that.
I can't.
Oh, stop it. I just saw a commercial on TV and it was 2 girls doing up their father with makeup and my head went straight to TK. Oh,
Right?
You're like, read the room.
Everything makes sense to me besides the her being taken out of the tent. That part. Maybe he does have some smooth moves. I mean, you know,
But where is the sleeping bag?
exactly.
he could have gone walkabout on one of those days he wasn't with her and taken it out bush, as we say. I mean, that area is very desolate when you leave Carnarvon town.
Yeah, well, maybe if he did, maybe because they've got the cell phones now, maybe they'll be able to see where he was going, like on the cell phone data.
Mm, hopefully, fingers crossed.
And hopefully, there's going to be no other children's fingerprints all over that house. That's the scary part.
If
Yeah,
that comes out, I'm gonna lose my mind completely.
yeah, I'm going to lose it. My SHIT too.
All right, everyone, thank you for coming in. Iconic Cast, thank you as always.
Thank you, Ma, for having me once again. You too, Iconic. Love you
Thank
too.
you,
Love
guys.
you
Everyone in
all.
the chat, thank you for coming in.
Good night,
Get some
guys.
rest. Get some
Yeah, I'm
rest,
gonna
Ma.
go. I'm gonna take some Benadryl. Everyone stay vigilant, guys. Keep your babies safe. I'm gonna figure out the Facebook group and how to open it so that we can invite other people and not just the ones I invited in Facebook for the meeting, our first meeting on how are we gonna fix these kids from being taken away by these crazy people. It's time. We got
Oh,
cats in Australia, right?
Right.
We're gonna cover the whole entire world.
Well, there's a few to put in there, Ma.
Huh?
Shutter said you're not going to talk about Dr. Phil?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
That
I
was
got to
kind of
see the
funny,
first
though.
episode.
Yeah, me too. That was funny. The cornbread mafia. Is that what it was?
Cornbread Mafia.
Yeah.
And she broke down.
She completely lost it on that cornbread mafia.
Why? Why was that such a huge trigger?
She said, get me out of here.
Yeah, she took the mic off and everything. Even Dr. Phil's like, is she going to come out tomorrow on the stage and talk to us? You know she is. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the preview.
So.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right,
Love you all.
guys.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.